It was 34 years ago. Number 34 of Auburn University football and number 34 of Oakland Raiders football. Or Los Angeles Raiders football, actually.
LA Raiders at that point,
appeared in a Major League Baseball All-Star game. It was the night Bo Jackson stepped in the batter's box of an All-Star game in his first at-bat. Only All-Star game appearance of Bo Jackson's career.
Was it Ronald Reagan in the booth?
Yep, with Vince Scully. And we have the call on the 34-year anniversary of this moment.
But that Bo down there, that's a pretty interesting hobby he has for his vacation. When baseball ends, he winds up playing football. I don't know if there's ever been anyone doing it.
Hey. He's remarkable, and look at that one. Bo Jackson says hello.
Just the sound of the...
And then that photograph of him
off the bat.
greeting Wade Boggs, Benito Santiago behind home plate.
Wow.
Nothing in the... we just talked to John Sadak about Ellie De La Cruz, currently at the Reds. And nothing quite is great in sports than meeting the moment when you're expecting it. Just a few times just off the top of my head, right? The kickoff of the Super Bowl between the Bears and the Colts and Devin Hester receiving it, and you're like, okay, they're not going to kick to him. And if they do, he's not returning it for a touchdown. And he does. Like, well, what? Oh, gosh. Meeting the moment. Bo Jackson steps to the plate. He's not going to homer, right? Okay. Ronald Reagan's in the booth with Vince Scully. Just chit-chatting about, it's a heck of a career he's having. I don't think we've ever seen somebody play football as well. See ya. Out the door. Out the gate.
Yeah.
See you later. Homers. I get goosebumps talking about him. And another moment, like we're talking, again, where you're meeting the moment. And it's so tough to do. Honestly, because we're expecting it. We want it as fans.
So badly.
And so the athlete must know it too, right? Must want it as well. Jimmy Connors, Serena, keep naming people who have had big moments in tennis tournaments, majors, golf, right? Tiger.
Every Tiger.
We're
moment.
Tiger. We need that comeback, or we need you to win that jacket, and he does. I mean, GOATs who do this, and Hall of Famers who do it, or people make the Hall of Fame because they do it. They can do it. Reggie hitting that third home run. He talked about that the other day when he was here on this program. He's like, I wanted to hit it.
I was trying to hit
a homer.
Exactly.
And he does it. My God, he does it. First guy since Babe Ruth to homer 3 times in a World Series game, and he does it in a Yankee uniform to wrap up the World Series. That's what I wanted when I was watching it as an 8-year-old kid. It's so tough to do. Kobe in his final game. Come on. Right?
Yeah.
His final game.
Home game. Everyone knows, hey, is he gonna try to score? Yeah, he's gonna try to score. He gets 60.
60!
It's awesome.
We want to see it. We get it.
Yeah.
It's they stand out. And, Pedro coming on. The 1999 All-Star Game in Fenway Park. I talk about this with him all the time. We just showed on our Roku-only segment for our radio audience an appearance he made when we were in D.C. for the All-Star Game in 2018. And so he knows what's coming when he comes on the show, certainly on an All-Star Game day, is we're going to talk about this again. Because in Fenway Park in 1999, 34 years ago Thursday, he is the starting pitcher of the All-Star Game, the last one of the 20th century, and baseball has Kevin Costner MC a moment before the game. The all-century team is announced, and they come strolling out of the garage in center field like it's the corn in Iowa. I'm serious. And Costner's standing on the mound, and he is emceeing the announcement of these players standing from first to second and second to third, and then the Major League Baseball All-Stars playing in that game lined up from home plate to the corner bases. And it's a true constellation of current greats and all-time greats. And some of the current greats are all-time greats. Ripken, Gwynn, Griffey, just to name three off the top of my head. Okay? And it's unbelievable. The energy in the building is through the roof when Ted Williams throws out the first pitch. Tony Gwynn helping him steady himself. I believe Griffey was the other one with Stan Musial's out there. I mean, get the hell out of here of what we saw that night.
Yeah.
Okay? And the place is electric because I believe Williams threw the first pitch to Carlton Fisk. I was standing behind home plate as the announcer of the coverage on ESPN Radio. I mean, talk about a front row seat. Insane. And Ted Williams wearing a hitter.net hat, by the way. You thank his son for that, I believe. And so, place is insane. It's going nuts. And Pedro takes the mound. And he strikes out the first three batters, named Barry Larkin, Larry Walker, and Sammy Sosa.
They were all pretty good.
Okay. Two of them make the Hall of Fame. Sosa, as we all know, the reason why he's not in. And then the Red Sox fans watch the American League take the lead in the first inning. So that's what happens. Pedro delivers what everybody was hoping to see.
Yep.
Three strikeouts, strikes out the side. And then they score two in the bottom of the first. Interestingly enough, if I may just inject, off of Curt Schilling, a Philadelphia Phillies starter for the National League that night. And one of the runs that got knocked in was Manny Ramirez as an Indian at the time. It was Lofton and Ramirez, and Jim Thome knocked in Lofton. It was like a Cleveland Indians moment. Ripken knocked in Ramirez to give a 2-run lead to Pedro, who steps out on the mound for the second inning, strikes out McGuire. Matt Williams
reaches on an error.
Yeah. And then Jeff Bagwell, future Hall of Famer, strikes out. Williams tries to take second, and future Hall of Famer Pudge Rodriguez throws him out, strike him out, throw him out.
Unreal.
Place goes nuts. Honestly, could have ended the game there. Game was over because Pedro didn't come. Like, will he come out for a third inning? Like, can we see him strike out three more? I was sitting there saying, can we please see him just retire the entire National League batting order?
He would have done it
in
too,
one 3-inning stint, 9 up, 9 down, and
I mean, I'm watching it right now.
They took him out.
What's wild is Pedro is throwing
Torrey took him out,
absolute
by the way.
gas.
Unbelievable.
And it's only 97. You think about, guys throwing gas today, it's 101, 102.
Right. Nothing in sports is
awesome.
The meeting the moment. Obviously, the only thing that surpasses Hall of Famers like this meeting the moment is individuals who are making their first opportunity, getting their first opportunity, going from nobody knowing, like the Rocky story, Buster Douglas type stuff. You know what I mean? That's maybe the only thing that surpasses this. Is just like we don't expect it, and then somebody turns their life around with one performance, which is what sports can do. I just wanted to mention that in advance of Pedro joining. I'll never forget it that night. Ever. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.